I've been grinding so long, no stop till I got the whole nine. Sometimes I feel lost, about to lose my damn mind. So I take back a few steps and just enjoy life. Tell them the beauty's in the journey, no lie. Been grinding so long, no stop till I got the whole nine. Sometimes I feel lost, about to lose.
So why'd you call the new album The Whole Nine?
We have to get the whole 9 yards, man. We want it all, you know? And also because every in the album, the styles that's included in the album, like I wanted to display a different bunch of stuff in my own type of way, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that, man. You did like uh new stuff, golden era stuff, dance hall stuff. Like you mixed a lot
Yeah.
of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Is that
So that was a bit the underlying thought
okay?
to the title. And plus, like, I'm not the best with thinking of titles. Like, so with this one, we were like sitting for weeks, like, bro, what are we gonna name this
Right.
album? And we already had the track, The Whole Nine, and we just loved the song so much, and we started to like go into that lane of yeah, the whole 9 yards, and what does it mean, all of this. And we were like, man, it kind of fits the body of work that we made. So that's why we chose that title.
Okay. Now, your music to me has that early 90s sound for the most part. How would you classify the Blabbermouth sound?
Um, like true school maybe, or like I like it when people say it's old school, but it also kind of boxes me in sometimes a little bit. And I didn't set out to be like, yeah, we're gonna do this. Maybe at the beginning of my career, we're like, yo, nobody's doing this type of music, so we're like, we got to do some of that old school shit. But nowadays, when we hit the studio, it's not like, oh, we're gonna do that old school shit. It was more like we're gonna catch a vibe, and we wanted to resonate with everybody that likes music, you know? So, um, but yeah, true school, I do get that people feel that it's the 90s shit
Right,
because
right.
it definitely is in that lane, you know?
Hmm.
But yeah, that's how I would classify it. True
Okay.
school shit.
Now you took a different approach to recording this album with Ben Jur. What prompted the change?
Well, I'm in my studio right now here, and I've made so much music here. And at the time, like it was in the COVID time, so any excuse to get out of the house and go and do some shit somewhere else was really refreshing, you know? And I don't know, I record differently in other people's too. I think that goes for everybody. You record differently at other people's places, you know, you catch a different vibe. So yeah, that kind of all happened organically because I went over to Ben and he lived in Breda at the time and I hadn't seen him in a while. So it was fresh. Um and we made one track and we are like, okay, I'll see you next week, dog. And then we just kept going every week. We made new songs because we were on a roll. So yeah, I
And
had to
it,
get out of here. So
so you started this in COVID,
yeah, this album, yeah.
so it took 5 years to finish?
I did the last two songs in 2022.
Oh.
And then the mixing process, it honestly it took long because I was on the road.
Mhm.
Since starting 2022, I've been doing 64 shows a year. So I was trying to figure out life because also that stuff was kind of new for
Yeah.
me. Because I was used to doing like half of that before the COVID times. Like my best year, I did like 35 gigs, which is a lot for an independent artist and without any label support or whatever or stuff like that. But when I started touring with Lanteloup, the group from France, uh, the things just changed. Like it really became every weekend we gotta hit these festivals, we gotta hit hit these clubs. Um, and we had a joint out at that time too, me and Lonteloop. So I was on a different wave because the album was finished. I was on a little different wave at that time and looking for maybe also a different situation to release my music in. But in the end, we just did it on our own regardless. So maybe we could have done it earlier. But I'm happy that I'm doing it now because it's actually really good timing for us, for me and for Ben to come with an album now and refresh some of the vibes that because I drop something every year, but my last album was also 2021 or something like that. So it was time to come with some new shit. Um, and for the album is, I mean, it's from that time, but it doesn't feel old to me. Like when I played it a couple weeks ago, it was still like, it's some, little mistakes here and there I would maybe do differently now, but most of it is solid. So yeah.
Okay. Now, the video for the single "Killing It" is really dope.
Yeah.
Who came up with the concept?
Here come the capital B, capital L, capital A, double B, E, R, at it again, the rappers scatter away. Flying on the ganja plane, while they be crashing like waves. Navigate my mental plane, but I might be banging your brain. All up in your face, like a light split, clap 'em with hands. No exaggerators, been like this since back in the days.
Me and my homie Daniel, um, we hadn't done a video in a while, and I found this shit on Instagram, and it was that idea that stop motion with the but really elaborate, and we I really liked the idea, so I sent it to my boy, and we hadn't done a video in a while, and I was like, yo, we gotta do something with this idea, so we hooked up and we kind of worked on a script and um how to put the track in the video, this location, like a screenplay
Mhm.
with a bunch more ideas too. And we went to Berlin and we shot it in one day, and then both of us had no time to work on the video. So like 4 or 5 months passed, maybe 6 months even. And we got time again. I hit him up like, yo, we gotta edit this video. So we go in the studio or in this editing suite, and we look at the footage and we're like, man, what the fuck was the idea to this video, bro? Like we had no clue. But then okay, we went back to the notes, sort of figured it out, try to put it together, but then we come to the conclusion that some of it just doesn't work. Because we had like an idea, like a portrait style idea, and then the shots changes. It's like 100 shots layered over each other, like something like this, but it didn't really work. So we, at the end, we just freestyled it. We didn't even reshoot anything, but we kind of redid the chronological order of the video, and we started adding some, or he started adding some dope effects, some of the zooms and some of the color change in the jacket and stuff like this, and make the stop motion with the pictures more fluid and just fine tune it. But yeah, that was me and Daniel. We do Voodoo TV. He's done a bunch of my videos. He's solid filmmaker too. The crazy ideas too. Because sometimes I come with like a little thing and he just inflates it with all of his crazy ideas. So yeah,
Yeah, super dope, man. Super dope.
thanks.
You're welcome, man. On the title track, you have a lyric where you say, you even feel blessed on your down days. Have you
Yeah.
always had a positive outlook when things are going bad?
No, man. It's actually sometimes it's really like the opposite. And in the music, it's a bit like talking to myself too. So it's like, yo, this is how it should be done or how you should do it. And I try to live by that shit, of course, but sometimes, man, life just beats you down, bro. So that's why I said that shit. It's mostly for myself and hopefully someone else it works for someone else too, to hear that, even though it's like a little sentence, so.
Yeah. So you said it's the opposite. So what do you do? What do you do when things are down?
Well, sometimes things are just frustrating and you have to take a step back, like the song says, because it's that fucking Buddhist type of mentality when, okay, you're worrying. Can you fix it? Yes, then why worry? You can't fix it? No, then why worry? So it's that philosophy a bit. You can only do so much. And if you've done your best, or you feel like you've done your best, because sometimes you feel like you've done your best, but you haven't really. So yeah, sometimes you have to take a step back, fucking recuperate, and just come back stronger. So
Yeah.
that's that philosophy. Yeah.
It's hard to implement that though. Like when
Yeah, for real. But the work never ends. It's
yeah,
that thing. The
it's
work never
a
ends.
practice thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
something you maintain.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, the song Turbulence has a similar message.
Hmm.
Um, what would you say is the most challenging issue you've encountered in your music career?
Trying to be heard was the first one, but nowadays it's also like since the business has changed, the internet has changed quite a bit. So to also navigate how to work in the current universe, the current times. And sometimes it's challenging because we put a lot of time and dedication and heart, soul, all of those things, we put it in our music. And of course, I make music for myself, but I want my shit to be heard. So sometimes you just wish for more, or I don't necessarily have expectations or whatever, or not anymore, at least, not as much, but just to be heard, man, and to get some recognition for some of the work we're doing. So, yeah.
Is it important to you to be heard in the United States?
That's a good question, and I would say yes, but it seems like a bit of an unattainable for me personally. The bar is set really high, I guess, with hip hop in the States, and sometimes I just don't feel like I'm good enough to compete in some of those areas, when it comes to hip hop shit. But I'm a humble dude, so I don't know if that's an accurate assessment, because I don't necessarily know what is going on in the States as far as outside of all the Billboard stuff and all of that. And besides what we hear coming to Europe. And there's a lot of good rappers. Like on Instagram, sometimes when you scroll, you see some incredible artists. And I hope they can make careers with that. But I don't know, with the algorithm nowadays, it's a bit isolating, I feel, and we no longer have this collective experience uh, when it comes to music, or at least a whole lot less, because everything like in the middle kind of disappeared. There's all these huge artists who have big followings and they've been doing it a long time, so they're established and they can keep doing that.
Right.
But in the middle, it's people. Um, like over here, an example is a lot of the smaller places to perform kind of disappeared, and it's only big venues. So you need fans to fill that big venue for you to perform. So that kind of faded away some of the cultural things that were going on, like an opportunity for people to be heard, you know? And I think that's challenging nowadays, and I'm just happy to have fans at all of people who listen to my music, and even in the States when people listen to my music, I'm really grateful, you know. So, and anywhere really, I'm grateful for anybody listening to my stuff because it's hard to be seen and to be heard. And we had our little run like in 2012 until 2018 with some success and some tours, and I managed to do now the thing with Loop and grow in that way. But for a lot of artists, they disappear after their run, you know, and it's no longer feasible for them, but because of whatever situation, financially or family or you name it, you know, there could be a whole bunch of reasons that they stop or that they just keep it on a hobby basis.
Hmm.
But I want to make my living with this stuff, or it would be amazing to do even better, you know, and to build to grow what I'm already doing. So,
What keeps you going?
well, the touring definitely gives me a lot of fuel to, and I don't know, it's just something about it, man. Being making something, even though I've done it so many times, I still like to. I have to snap into it, you know. Um, and I think that goes for everybody. Uh, Summon the creativity, I guess, get the inspiration. But once I sit down and I snap into it, man, it's just dope. It's addictive.
Okay, well, last question, man. What do you hope to achieve with the Whole Nine album?
Well, um, expand my fan base, reach some new people with my music. Um, we're planning a little tour, so to make that reasonably successful would be nice, you know, to do a bunch of shows. And yeah, since the album has been laying around a while, I'm just happy that it's out. So, and to even tap into that, or to tap into that creative process again with a different producer that already was successful for me, and then to also have it heard by people is just a plus, you know. And then hit the road, it's another plus. So to just expand on what I'm doing, really, that's what I want to achieve and make the thing that's reasonably successful more successful.
Okay. All right. BlabberMouf. Thank you for joining the RealHipHop.com.
Easy, man. Appreciate you for having me.
Oh, man, you're welcome, bro. Peace.
Easy. Peace, bro. Peace. Bless.
I go through highs and lows, it's a lot of turbulence. Try to stay focused, not to lose my shit. Gotta keep going, won't budge, I won't give. Staying on the road in my pursuit for happiness. Go through highs and lows, it's a lot of turbulence. Try to stay focused, not to lose my shit. Gotta keep going, won't budge, I won't give. Staying on the road in my pursuit for happiness.